happy Wednesday. Thanks for coming in. Welcome to Conspiracy Theory Circle Time. Oh boy, do we have it to talk about tonight, don't we? We certainly do. We certainly do. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Jen. Oh my goodness, Jen, can you hear me okay? You are my, hi Tina. I thought about making him a little tinfoil hat. He just woke up, he has sleepy face. Good, thank you. Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Tina. Make sure you're on live chat up at the top of the chat box, okay? So we can see everybody's comments. Fran. I know, Jolly Boy. He needs a conspiracy hat, doesn't he? Do you need a conspiracy hat? You do. You do. Fran says, hi, Jolly Boy. He just woke up, so I wanted to pick him up because he meowed. So you might hear him a little bit, but we'll look at him again later. We will. We'll look at him again later. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're doing good. Happy Wednesday. Let me try and get that glare off my non-glare glasses, right? I mean, seriously. I don't know how the news people do it where they have no glare at all on their glasses. I think it has something to do with the lighting, the way, that was a conspiracy. Hi, Jody. Susan. Okay, just listen to us. Drive carefully. You're back to normal speed. Hi, Kathy. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you. Good to see you. But I don't know how the... Karen, my sister's here, everybody. My sister's here. See, look at that. That is a conspiracy beam coming to... You know what, Fran? I thought that. I wonder if they wear like contact lenses and then they wear glasses with no lenses in them. We're just going to take this as a conspiracy beam coming into my brain. Although I don't know, because I got plenty of notes for conspiracy. I certainly do. Kelly, hi. Hi. Tell your mom we said hi. You got your tinfoil hat on, Kelly? We got it going on tonight. We are connecting dots, as Mark Gruber and Eric Hunley would say. Okay, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It is circle time here at Lilleybugglane, and this circle time is special because it is conspiracy theory circle time. One Wednesday a month, we decide that we are going to do the crazy talk, aren't we? We certainly are. We are going to talk conspiracy, all things conspiracy. Why? Because conspiracies are fun. They certainly are. And remember, everybody thought Noah was a conspiracy theorist, and then it started to rain. It certainly did. It did. Jody, I decided that tonight I would just go loungy. So up. Conspiracy theory outfits of the night. Everybody up. As you know, I am wearing my fabulous conspiracy theory vest. I certainly am. Hi, honey. I'm wearing a white Land's End long sleeve t-shirt that I got 70% off. Land's End was having a huge sale, so I got it 70% off. I got 2 white ones and 2 black ones. I am wearing black leggings, and I'm wearing my conspiracy theory Dansko clogs with no socks. I certainly am. Analog watch, bracelets, my cross necklace, because we need some protection tonight. I have my American flag pin. Why? Fight. I certainly do. And I have on my conspiracy visor. And guess what? I added to it. Where did I add? Look what I added. I added daisy buttons. I added daisy buttons to my conspiracy visor. I certainly did. So remember, every month, we add a new element to our conspiracy hats, right? Right, our tinfoil hats. So there we go. I'm going to save the sparkly shirt for some fancy conspiracy. Some fancy conspiracies, right? Right. Okay, we all know the term conspiracy theorist was coined back in the 1960s as a result of the assassination of John F. Kennedy. The Warren Commission coined the term conspiracy theorist to label anybody who was questioning or speaking out against the official narrative that was being put out on the Kennedy assassination, and the term conspiracy theorist was born, right? Right. So a conspiracy theorist is anyone that questions the official narrative, okay? Just saying, just saying. Now, if you think conspiracy theorists put out misinformation or disinformation, you have every right to think that. Just like I have every right to question things that I think need to be questioned, okay? So if you're not a conspiracy theorist, or you don't believe in conspiracy theories, or you get most of your news off of CNN or TikTok, then you don't belong here tonight. You certainly don't. You don't. See you in the next one. Thank you, honey. Thank you. I've got one here that's sparkly, and I've got one here. I decided it was very important to put this on. I certainly did. Okay, friends. You know we do things. Right. Oh, and let's give this qualifier too, okay? If you are emotionally fragile, if you are intellectually fragile, or if you are psychologically fragile, this might not be the place for you either, okay? Just letting you know, fair warning. Guess what time it is? It's conspiracy theory mid-time! We're rushing through everything because we want to get to the good stuff, don't we? We certainly do. Here at Lilleybugglane, the rule is no bad breath, especially during conspiracies, because you know, that's a conspiracy too. So here we go. We pass the mints here at Lilleybugglane. We certainly do. You have your choice. Winter green, orange mint, or spicy cinnamon mint, which is my personal favorite. Or you can take all three. You certainly can. If you had SpaghettiOs for dinner, we always pass to the right, as per Mrs. Pfeiffer and Emily Post, my two etiquette Miyagis, right? Right. Enjoy your mints. You're welcome. Let's get down to it, friends. We are living in the Matrix, are we not? Are we not living in the Matrix? Right, Kelly, right. Honey wants an orange mint. Okay, here we go. We are living in a movie, right? Because that is the only possible explanation for what is happening right now, okay? The second most historical thing in our lifetimes, okay? Because we are all of the same generation, and you have to remember 9/11, right? Because we were all born, we were all alive on 9/11, right? Saturday, July 13th, was the second major historical event in our lifetimes, right? This will go down in history. It certainly will. Now, please feel free to comment in the comment section, okay? Comment with each other, throw your dots out there, and we can all connect them as they come in, right? Okay, Butler Fairgrounds. 20 minutes from Lilleybugglane. 20 minutes. We passed the fairgrounds multiple times, right? Hi, Jules! We know the layout of the fairgrounds. We have been to the fairgrounds before, County Fair, okay? Now, here's something very interesting, okay? I believe, okay, me personally, my beliefs. I have every right to my beliefs. I believe that there was divine intervention on Saturday. Prior to the rally, the American flag became tangled up above the stage. And the tangling of the American flag, okay, whoops, gave the illusion of an angel. There are pictures online. Go look at them, okay? Now, divine intervention is an event that occurs when a deity becomes actively involved in changing some situations in human affairs, okay? That is divine intervention, okay? So, some kind of undefinable situation or state of affairs that a God chooses to get involved with, to intervene in order to change, end, or preserve the situation. Okay? That is divine intervention. There is no other plausible explanation as to what happened other than divine intervention. Now, I believe that destiny is real. Everyone has a destiny, is given a destiny. This could be a destiny that is so small, you know what I mean, that nobody even notices it. But it's personal to the person that the destiny is given to, right? Right. Then there are destinies that are given to people that are so large that the whole world sees what their destiny is. Right? Right. Every minute of their lives leads up to their destiny. Right? Right. Destiny is God's purpose for our lives. A future that someone or thing will have that is decided or planned by God. Okay? A future that includes something great and important. Okay? I believe in my heart that it is Donald Trump's destiny to lead our country again. It is his destiny. It is his destiny to become our president. And I will do my part to help that happen. Not sorry, one bit. Okay? Now, I'm telling you, Saturday was a lovely day here, weather-wise. Perfect day, perfect blue skies, light breeze. It was wonderful. A little on the warm side. It was a little on the warm side, okay? So I could see where that BBC reporter who interviewed that fabulous ginger man, right? That poor BBC reporter was sweating. He was sweating like an old squealy pig, wasn't he? Because the old Englishmen aren't used to being out here in the middle of Pennsylvania in a field where the sun's beating down and it's hot, right? No, they're not. Okay, I'm going to give you a very interesting dot to keep in your mind. The building that the shooter was on top of is called the AGR building, okay? It is not considered to officially be on the fairgrounds of the Butler Fairgrounds, okay? It's not officially on the fairgrounds, okay? Very, very close, but it's not official that it's part of the fairgrounds, okay? Now, the fairgrounds are not that big, okay? So this isn't like a state fairground situation or anything like this. This is a county fairground situation. So it's not that big, okay? It's not that big. The AGR building, which is the American Glass Research Building, the founder of that business, American Glass Research, made the glass elements that went inside the atomic bomb. Just letting you know, okay? Now, he passed away. The family took over the company, and the company has been recently sold, okay? So I'm just letting you know the significance of that building, the AGR building that the shooter was on. Also keep in mind that that roof had a negative pitch on it, meaning that there was a pitch that faced the fairground area and there was a pitch that did not face the fairground area, okay? And then you have your peak at the top, okay? So when you hear negative pitch, that means that the other side, they could see the forward pitch, but they couldn't see the backward pitch. And we're not talking about pitches that are here like at Lilleybugglane. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a pitch that any of us could walk on, okay? No problem at all. It's not a steep pitch. It's almost a flat roof, okay? And they're metal. All the roofs out there on all the buildings are metal roofs, okay? And they're all painted white. So you can spot anything up on those roofs. If anything gets up there, you can spot it because they're all white roofs up there and they're all metal, which would have meant they were really super hot that day too because the sun was beating down on them, right? Right. Okay. The shooter was 20 years old, right? 20 years old. Graduated 2 years ago from high school, okay? Worked at a nursing home as a dietitian's assistant, right? Which meant that his job was to make sure that all the old people in the nursing home got the right meals. That's what a dietary assistant does, okay? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Okay. So he was also a registered Republican, right? Funny thing is, he registered 2 weeks before the Republican primary here in Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania has closed primaries, meaning that only Republicans can vote in the Republican primaries and only Democrats can vote in the Democratic primaries. So we can't cross over unless we switch our parties, okay? So just keep that in mind too. 2 weeks before the primary, he registered as a Republican, okay? Prior to that and after that, he made monetary contributions to the left, the Democratic, what do you call those? The Democratic election PACs, okay? So just keep that in mind. They say that he was bullied in school, but there are home videos and cell phone videos coming out of him that he doesn't look like he's being bullied. He looks like he's being included, he's joking, he's laughing, you know, he's being social and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know where they're getting the bullying thing. This is a 20-year-old young man who had practically zero online presence. Okay? That's not normal. That's not normal in today's world for a 20-year-old, even a 20-year-old that was bullied, if that was the case. Okay? So that's a little bit. And he is from Bethel Park, which is closer down towards the big city. Okay? Very rare, Kelly. Very rare. Okay? Interestingly enough, his cell phone is down at Quantico, currently at Quantico, because it was whisked down there, right? It was whisked down there. So as he's laying up there with his, deceased on top of the roof, right? They grab his cell phone and whisk it down to Quantico, and they're having a hard time getting into his phone. Really? Because all you got to do is take it to the Verizon guy, and he'll get into the phone lickety split, right? He'll get in, and take it to any phone store. They'll break into your phone quicker than shit. They will. Okay. So here we go. He was noticed. So when you go into the fairgrounds and during the rally, they have metal detectors set up and you have to walk through them, right? Well, he was observed around those metal detectors acting strangely, and people noticed him. Okay, but he never went through the metal detectors. But people saw him around the metal detectors, but he didn't go through them. Okay. So the Fabulous Ginger Man, right? Fabulous Ginger Man, they're having a party at a nursery that's through the woods. They decide they're going to come through the woods, stand underneath the trees, and they're going to listen to President Trump speak, right? Right. So they're standing underneath there. No, honey, he was not. He was not. Jeans and a t-shirt. Jeans and a t-shirt. And the t-shirt that he was wearing was, what's it called? Demolition something. It's on YouTube. Big channel, big gun channel on YouTube. Demolition Ranch. Demolition Ranch was the his father. Legally purchased and registered to his father. And it was an AR. Okay. Now, an AR is not a machine gun. AR does not stand for assault rifle. Okay. Let's not be dum-dums. Okay. Let's not be dum-dums. Okay. ARs are very popular, and they're very popular amongst homeowners because they are a very easy rifle to handle for home defense. Okay? So AR does not stand for assault rifle. Okay? Don't be a dum-dum. Legal purchase registered to his father. Okay? Now, I did see a video that his parents have spoken out. I did not have time to watch the video. It's just starting to disseminate online though, okay? So I did not watch that video. I do not know what his parents have to say. I do not know, okay? I feel very, very bad for them if they had no idea what he was up to. You know what I mean? They lost their child. And they lost their child in a gruesome way, okay? Closed casket, I'm saying, okay? Just saying, I'm just saying, okay? Okay. The ladder that he climbed to get up on that roof is affixed to the building, okay? So you can't take it away from the building. A lot of those buildings out there, okay, and a lot of buildings around us have these affixed ladders on them. I don't know if it's when they were built that they made these ladders. I'm not exactly sure, but there are quite a few buildings all around from Pittsburgh all the way up to Erie. I mean, you can see them. They're built into the building. They're like these, ladders. I don't know what they're for, but the ladder was affixed to the building. Now, interestingly enough, the building, oh, did they, Fran? Okay. There are ladders affixed to buildings over there on the fairgrounds. There are. So if he did buy one, that would be interesting. That would be an interesting dot, because I mean, you see a guy carrying a ladder up to a building. You know what I mean? That's interesting. That's good to know, Fran. I wonder if they have him on video at the Home Depot buying the ladder. I wonder if they do. Right? That would be interesting. I haven't seen anything come up online about that. But anyway, thank you for that information, Fran. There are on the agricultural buildings over in Laurel and, oh, good, Fran, good. Well, there's not much they can do with the receipts, but it's good to know. It's good to know. Okay. A lot of the notes that I have taken, I'm going to give you my sources, okay? And you can write them down and look for yourself. Chris Williamson on YouTube has done some emergency streams with counter sniper people, with Delta Force people, with former Secret Service people. So Chris Williamson's a good one. Redacted YouTube channel is a very good one. They have been doing some up-to-date stuff. Jimmy Dore, he's a good one too. And Dan Bongino. Now, Dan Bongino, he was out just like this, right? He was out just like this, saying that it was a total clown show. It was a total clown show. Now, I'm going to tell you how I found out about it, okay? We were eating dinner. Good. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen those, Fran. I'll have to look for those. I'll be interested to see them. We were eating dinner, okay? And my phone started to blow up, and Chewy's phone started to blow up. And we're like, what the heck's going on? Because we don't keep our phones at the dinner table when we're eating dinner. So I look at my phone, and I had a text message from somebody that said President Trump has been shot. So I immediately tell Chewy. Chewy goes upstairs, starts taking care of some things. I call my parents. They're telling me what they know. I get off. I start looking online to see what I can find out. Okay. But Dan Bongino from the get-go. Now, here's the deal. You have one job. I don't care if you're a single person. I don't care if you're 2 people. I don't care if you're 10 people. I don't care if you're 20 people. I don't care if you're 50 people. Okay? You have one job. One job, right? Is to keep the primary alive and unharmed, right? Well, that was a total and complete failure on every single level on Saturday. On every single level. I can't believe the amount of video from all different angles that is available, right? It's unbelievable. I mean, just imagine if we had had that kind of video for JFK. Imagine that. Now, the closest assassination attempt that we can look back on is Ronald Reagan, which was in 1981. Okay, remember, he walks out of the building. John Hinckley Jr. is there against the building. President Reagan walks across, raises his hand, and that's when you hear the shots, right? Right? So that is the closest assassination attempt that we can look back on and kind of draw some kind of knowledge as to how are things supposed to happen, right? What's supposed to happen? How is it supposed to happen? Who's supposed to do what? You know what I mean? So anyway, here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. Yes. That's because, Kelly, that's because they knew there was someone on that roof. They knew there was someone on that roof. It was going around. If you watch the video of the two snipers above Trump's head that are on the metal roof above his head, okay, and look at the pitch on that roof, okay, and wing it out so that it's less of a pitch, and that's the pit, that's what the pitch was on the roof where the shooter was. Because people were screaming, Tina. The fabulous ginger man gave the interview to the sweaty BBC guy, and he said they were telling him for like 5 minutes. Then now there's video released saying, and people are standing there in the tree line. You can hear Trump, but you can't see him. The building is off to their left. They're videotaping the kid bear crawling up and saying, look, there's somebody right there. There's somebody right there. And you can hear some old lady saying, officer, officer, there's somebody on the roof. You can hear it just as plain as day. You can hear it. Okay? Now, this was either gross incompetence, okay? Gross negligence, right? Or a thwarted, a thwarted attempt. Okay? I think that young boy was a patsy. I don't think he was going to be the primary shooter. I certainly do not. There's a water tower on the other side of that building that he was on. There was no one on that water tower. No one. And that water tower looks over the whole fairgrounds. Nobody was on that water tower. The police were mustering in the building that young boy was on. Okay, now there is some talk that the young boy, because a police officer followed him up onto the roof and he turned around and pointed the gun at the officer, and the officer scrambled back down the ladder, right? He's a real hero. He's a hero, okay? Now, there are people, security people, the sniper people, everything like that, that believe that young man got super nervous and fired off shots, okay? I'm going to say this, okay? I'm all over the place, so just jump in whenever you want to, okay? No girls allowed. No girls allowed. None. Yes, honey. He turned around and went back down the ladder. We don't know, Fran. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Now, 2 weeks ago, there was a report that there were credible threats against Trump 2 weeks ago, okay? There were reports about it, okay? And Trump's campaign or whatever had asked for additional Secret Service, which was denied by Biden, okay? Which was denied by Biden, okay? Now, you have to understand something. When RFK Sr. was assassinated at the hotel, right? It was not the law or not the rules that presidential candidates would receive Secret Service protection, okay? After RFK Sr. was assassinated, Lyndon B. Johnson, probably the only good thing he ever did as president, right? Because he cursed the black community. He signed it into law that political presidential candidates, right, political presidential candidates would receive Secret Service protection, okay? So that is federal law. So then you ask yourself, why did he keep denying RFK Jr. Secret Service protection if it is constitutional law, right? Because it was added in, okay? Well, that's because he didn't want to acknowledge RFK Jr. as a presidential candidate, right? Right. But now, thanks to Trump, and solely to Trump, RFK now has Secret Service protection, right? And what does RFK Jr. do as thanks to Trump? Records a phone call, videotapes it, and then his son mysteriously leaks it online. Thanks, RFK, you piece of shit. Anyway, let's move on with it, shall we? We shall. Now, it is my understanding that Jill Biden, unbeknownst to me, was giving a speech in Pittsburgh, right? So one of the sniper teams that was supposed to be with Trump was pulled down to Pittsburgh. Was it the sniper team that was supposed to be on top of that roof? Right? Also, too, it has now been found out that a lot of the Secret Service agents that were there were actually Homeland Security temporary agents, temporary employees. They were not Secret Service agents. They were contracted from Homeland Security, which Secret Service does fall under Homeland Security. They used to fall under the Treasury Department. Basically, Karen, yes, mall cops is what they were. The only one that we absolutely know for definite sure is a true Secret Service agent is the one that was standing right next to Trump. He's the one that's looking right into the camera with the glasses on when Trump's going like this, fight, fight, fight. And you see the Secret Service agent looking right into the camera. That Secret Service agent has been with Trump since his first, the tall one with the glasses. The one that's standing up tall, right? Standing up tall with his shoulders back and his head straight. Mrs. Pfeiffer would have been so proud of him. Oh, she would have. Excellent posture. So anyway, so apparently there was like a switcheroo at the last minute with the Secret Service between Jill Biden and Donald Trump, right? I mean, seriously, seriously. Anyway, I got some green tea here. Yeah, Karen, that's what I'm going to say. Here's the thing. No girls allowed. No girls allowed. Not sorry. Not sorry. Let me tell you something right now, okay? Oh my God. Think about this. Think about this. Every single one of the iconic shots, okay? Photos. When I say shots, I mean photo shots that were taken on July 13th, okay, could have been taken through the scope on a rifle. So keep that in your mind. How open and how vulnerable was President Trump after the 223 round got him in the ear? So after it got him in the ear, okay, from that moment on, every picture after that, think of it through the scope of a rifle. And you will see how absolutely disgusting, negligent, and incompetent the security was. They left that man wide open. And that girl that was holding on to the front of him like he was her God and Savior with her head down. Then there's the fatty that was behind him, crouched down. And then you get him on the hot mic. What are we doing? What are we doing? That's a woman's voice. That's a woman's voice. No girls allowed. President Trump is 6'3". 6'3". Nobody under 5'11" should be protecting him. The only people that should be protecting him are elite, and I'm talking elite, the people that deserve to drink Gatorade every day. Elite, former military, elite, former SEALs, elite, former Delta Force. Those are the people that should be protecting him. Oh, they weren't. They were diversity hires. That's who they were. They were diversity hires. They didn't get hired on their skill. They certainly didn't. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. No girls allowed. No girls allowed. Why weren't all the women down there with Jill Biden protecting her? Huh? Girl power. Girl power. Yeah, well, you saw how the girls fucked it up, didn't you? Didn't you? Yes. Then trying to get him into the SUV, right? And you see that woman draw her weapon, which, I mean, seriously? She had on a bulletproof vest underneath. Oh, well, isn't that... You sure it's not the bird flu, Fran? You're sure it's not the bird flu? Because now he has to go back to Delaware and spend God knows how many days there recuperating. Give me a break. I think he's got the bird flu. That's what I think he's got. Let me tell you something. That girl had on a bulletproof vest. She had on suspenders. She could not get her weapon holstered back. And she looked like she had Bell's palsy. What the hell was up with that? And then Ponytail Girl. I mean, seriously, you got the shortest woman in front of the president clinging to him for dear life because she doesn't want to get shot. No girls allowed. None. No girls allowed. Not sorry. Not sorry. Women should not be doing that job. No, 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 no. No. And listen, if you want to, oh, girl power, girl boss, girl, then you know what? Here's the deal. Let's give Kamala Harris all female Secret Service agents. Let's give Joe Biden all female Secret Service agents. Let's give Hillary Clinton all female Secret Service agents. Let's give Whoopi Goldberg female security. Let's give all them bitches, all the girls. Exactly, honey. Exactly. He was wide open. And then you hear him on the hot mic. What are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going? Where are we going? And there's video out there of when they pull in to the Butler Hospital, which, let me tell you something. Good thing they went to Butler and didn't come to ours, because ours ain't no good. So I'm glad they went that way instead of this way. Just saying. So, no girls. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you see that, Karen? Did you see him when he walked into the RNC, everybody? Did you see? I didn't see a girl in sight. Hell no, I didn't. Hell no, I didn't. That's okay, because I heard that a bunch of these snipers that were like over in Iraq and everything like that, they're getting together. They're getting together with Trump. They are. They're probably going to offer him some good coverage. They certainly are. They certainly are. And can I tell you something too? This is what really bothers me. Okay. You want to know why it took Joe Biden over 2 hours to release something? Do you want to know why? It was pre-recorded. It was pre-recorded. That wasn't live. You weren't watching Joe Biden live when he came out and said, I've tried to call Don and I'm trying to call him and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. That was pre-recorded. They had to juice that man up. Jill Biden had to dress him like my little buddy from back in the day. Remember that? Yeah. And they had to record it. It was recorded. It wasn't live. It wasn't. And can I tell you something else that bothers me about Joe Biden? Has anybody ever heard him say, God bless America, whenever he gives a statement or a speech or anything like that? Have you ever heard him say, God bless America, God bless the American people, and God bless America? I've never heard him say God bless America. He says God bless our troops, which I'm going to tell you something. The only reason he says that is because his son, who did not die in Iraq, okay, was in the military. That's the only reason he says that. And Joe Biden, any military person, Happy, didn't you say? I think he's got the bird flu. David! Exactly. David, I'm so glad you're here. Have you liked all the reels I've been sending you, David? I've been sending them to you. I know, David. I know. Listen. Was it real? You're damn right it was real. You're damn right it was real. And let me tell you something right now. Let me tell you. You know who I want leading this country? You know who I want representing this country? Do you know who? The man who can get shot in the head, okay, in the ear, okay, and stand up within 15 seconds with his arm raised in the air and say, fight, fight, fight. And you know what he was saying? You know what he was telling us? He was telling us to fight for our country. He has said it over and over and over again. It's not him they're after. They're after us. They're after us. Okay? He's not Hitler. He's not Mussolini. He's not a fascist. Okay? Who has put their political opponents in jail? Biden. He's put Bannon in jail. He's put Navarro in jail. He's tried to put Trump in jail. He put all the patriots that were at January 6th in jail. You're damn right he did. Did Trump go after Hillary Clinton when he was president? No, he didn't. She should be in jail. She should be in jail. She's a disgrace. She's a disgrace. She is. She's a disgrace. Now, Trump was shot. Okay? He's probably going to have an ugly ear. What can we say? It's a battle wound. It is that man bled for this country. Okay? And before anybody gives me any shit in the comments that I'm some radical, wackadoo, extreme right-wing person, okay? You better be able to prove to me that you have served this country and you have bled for this country, okay? Because if you can't do that, keep your damn mouth shut. That's how I feel about it, okay? President Trump was shot at 6:11 p.m. Okay? We're going to read something out of the Bible. 6:11 p.m. Okay? 6:11. So we're going to turn to Ephesians. Okay? And for those of you that don't know, that's a book in the Bible. Okay? We're going to turn to Ephesians as soon as I find it. I mean, I know about the Bible, but I'm not like, I can't like find them right away. But I'll find it here. Okay? We're going to turn. Ooh, Revelation. Let me tell you something, friends. You go watch Tucker and John Rich. Okay? Now, it's about an hour and a half long, so it's a little bit of a commitment. So if you have issues with commitments, okay, I know, Jody, I know. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read out of the Bible, Jody. Is that okay with you? I've read to you from the Bible before, friend. I think I have. If I haven't, I will. Ephesians, I found it. It's right after Galatians. I know, right? It's right after Galatians. It is. And it's right before Philippians. All those Ians, right? I know. Okay, let me tell you something. Divine intervention. Dots that you can connect, right? Was it real? Is it real or is it Memorex? That goes in the way back machine. Do you remember that? Okay. Listen. Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. This is a war. This is a war between good and evil. It's not a conspiracy. There is evil all around us. And we must stand up against it. Never be afraid to stand up against evil. Never. Never be afraid to stand by what you believe. Don't let anyone or anything change what you believe. And what you believe is right here. Or what you should be believing is right here. Okay? It's simple. It's simple. It's not written in Chinese unless you got a Chinese version. Okay? There are people that love this country and want to see it succeed and continue to succeed and become stronger and stronger and stronger. Then there are people that do not love this country and that have nefarious intentions towards this country and towards the citizens of this country. Exactly, Kelly. Exactly. And President Trump has said that it was God that saved him on Saturday. It was God. He gives the Secret Service way too much credit because he said they did a good job too. And I would disagree. You have one damn job. One damn job. And isn't it funny that the only roof that didn't have any coverage on it was that roof? Isn't that weird? And a 20-year-old young man with hardly any online presence just decides he's going to try and shoot President Trump, right? Because Joy Reid and Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg and Mika Brzezinski and Keith Olbermann and Joe Biden, they think that Donald Trump is Hitler. Yeah. Outsmarts all these elite agents that are at the Butler Fairgrounds, right? Puts on his secret invisibility cloak, walks through, climbs up, gets on the roof. Nobody ever sees him. A 20-year-old young man who works as a dietitian assistant, right? Outsmarted all of those elite security people. Right? It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It certainly is not. It's not. Was it real? Hell yeah, it was real. Hell yeah, it was real. And I'm going to tell you something. I heard somebody say this. That this assassination attempt, had it succeeded, the goal was civil war or civil unrest, right? Which would have enabled Joe Biden to declare martial law in the United States. And then they would have been able to take our weapons away from us. Right? Because that's the only thing that is keeping the government in check right now is the Second Amendment of the Constitution. And if you don't have a weapon, you need to get one. Okay? For your own protection and the protection of your family. Okay? It is your right as an American citizen to own a weapon. Shall not be infringed. But that is the only thing that is keeping this government in check. That's the Second Amendment. That's the only thing. And you just wait. You just wait here. Wait for a couple of days and don't see if they don't start bringing up gun control, right? Just wait. Just wait. Don't be afraid, friends. Don't be afraid. Okay? Yes, we are, Karen. We are. We are the only kind. Look. The Australians gave up their weapons. The British gave up their weapons. And look at what's happened to them. Right? And you look back in time. To what the population used to do, okay? And I'm talking 1700s, 1800s, okay? I'm talking way back, okay? You look at what the population used to do to politicians who misbehaved and did not represent the people. You look at what the population did to those politicians back then. Because then the government feared the people, because the government knew that they worked for the people and they better do what the people say. Back then. I am not one bit sorry that I am saying not a single woman, I don't care how big she is, I don't care how dyke she is, I don't care how much of a boss she is, I don't care how much of a bitch boss she is, I don't care. No girls allowed. None. That was an embarrassment. That proved that girls can't do it. They can't do it. And go look up. Good. Go look up when the motorcade pulled up to the Butler Hospital and the people inside the emergency room waiting realized what was happening and somebody started filming. You go look at that incompetent woman that gets out of the SUV and stands in front of it. Go look at what she does. She doesn't know her ass from a hole in the ground. Complete incompetence. That is DEI. Okay? That is DEI. Okay? Those are who's going to be flying your airplanes. Those are who's going to be doing the surgery on your mom or your dad or your child or you. So you think long and hard. You think long and hard before you stand up and start screaming about equality and diversity. No. I want the best qualified person for the job. I don't care if you're a woman, as long as you're the best. You're the best. I don't care if you're black. I don't care, as long as you're the best. I don't care if you're Indian. I don't care, as long as you're the best. I want the best. I want the best. And those women were not the best. No woman is going to beat out a man for those spots. No woman. I want to see strapping, muscular men. No earrings, no man buns, no nose rings, no skinny jeans. I want to see men, real men. Okay? Not pretend men, real men. That's what I want to see protecting our president. That's what I want to see protecting any president. Because this cannot happen again. You may not realize how close we came to our nation imploding. And for those of you that are not in the United States, okay, if the United States falls, the world falls. Whether you believe it or not, it's the truth. It's the truth. Because who does everyone look to when something goes wrong? They look to the United States. Thank you, Shirley. I'm glad you're here. Okay? So we're not saying it because we're conceited. We're not saying it because we think we're better than everybody else. That's not why we're saying it. We're saying it because every damn time it's proven. When something goes wrong in the world, who does everyone look to first? The United States of America. And we came this close to losing everything last Saturday. Because if President Trump, if there had not been divine intervention, okay? Yes, honey, yes. He needs to be president for you, honey. He needs to be president for the world. Because please read back in history, okay? Read back in history to see what this country has gone through and what this country has meant to the world throughout time. Now, do we have bad people in this country? Yes, we do. Do we have unkind people in this country? Yes, we do. I might be one of those unkind people. I'm not sure yet. I'm trying really hard, but it fatigues me. It chips away at my soul. It does. But I'm trying. It's not easy. But anyway, no country is 100% perfect, right? No country is. Yes, for the world. I don't think people realize, and when you say, if the United States falls, the world falls, when you say something like that, people are like, what the hell do you think you are? Look at you. You've got a demented man, right? You've got a demented man who can't not crap his pants for a president. You've got a woman who has built-in knee pads as a vice president, right? You've got Secret Service agents that are a foot and a half shorter than their primary, right? You guys are a mess. We got to get it straight, people. We have got to get it straight. I have a call in to the Donald. I do. I'm going to offer my services. I am. Etiquette. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, could you see if I was the National Etiquette Director? Oh, and here's something else too. This was a canary in a coal mine, and it just dawned on me because I've been doing a lot of thinking. I have deep thoughts, friends. I do. It's hard to believe, right? Because, I might be shallow. I might be shallow, right? I am. I'm shallow. I'm vain. Come on now. Come on. Comb your hair. Put on a pair of shoes that are not Crocs and not Hoka's, which, by the way, the American Podiatry Association has put out a study on the Hoka's. They're no good for your feet, friends. They're no good. They're not. Oh, Karen, would I love that job? Would I love that job? I would. I would want to be the national etiquette madam or the national etiquette missus. That's what I would want to be. That's what I would want to be. But anyway, no, I think there's people that could do it a lot better than me though. But let me tell you something. That would be fun. That would be fun to go to classes where you would learn, like, if you were at a state dinner, like who was supposed to stand where and like who was supposed to be seated where, because there's like etiquette on that stuff. You know what I mean? We're getting off topic. But anyway, yeah, so no girls allowed. I'm feminine. I'm not a feminist. Feminism, the worst lie ever told to women. The worst lie ever told to women. Oh, here's what I was going to say was the canary in the coal mine. And I was just thinking about a whole lot of things, right? I was thinking about a whole lot of things. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know any world leader other than maybe Putin, okay? Other than maybe Putin that could get shot and within 15 seconds stand up, raise his fist, and, have his Secret Service hugging him like he's some big old teddy bear, right? Right? I mean, that is badass. That is badass. And let me tell you something. That's why everybody behaved when Trump was president, because they knew he was a badass. They knew he was a badass. They did. That's why they all behaved. Right? You don't mess with badasses, and badasses don't need to go around telling everybody how much of a badass they are. They do not. They do not. Right? Because all you got to do is look at somebody knowing that they're a badass, and you better think twice before you start misbehaving, because you never know what they're going to do. That's the truth. That's the truth. Czar. C-Z-A-R. Right? When did we... You're still here, David. Thank you. We're winding it up, friend. When did we start referring to people as czars in the government? C-Z-A-R. Border czar. Right? We started giving the people the title czar, like the border czar. It was weird to me. I'm thinking, why are we calling them czars? Because isn't that communist? That's a communist term, isn't it? Czar? Is czar? That's Russian, right? Is it a Biden thing, Fran? I'm not sure, because I don't think they did it with Obama. He just wanted everybody to look like his son, Trayvon Martin. But anyway, that's a whole other conspiracy theory. Poor Barry, right? Poor Barry. Yeah, diversity czar for 3 days, right? Diversity. And then there was, oh, Happy. Are you kidding? Ugh. You mean she's not a Swiftie? She's not a Swiftie? Ugh. Let me tell you something. That girl, Taylor Swift. Well, let me tell you something right now. I have also heard, okay? When Biden gave his red speech where he was in front of Independence Hall and they lit it blood red, remember? And it was like Satan, right? It was. I mean, that man is pulled so tight, he looks like Satan, right? Right. And you had the two Marines standing back there. That is against the Constitution. That is against the Constitution. That is against, right, David? Thank you. That is against military policy code. It's against everything because the military is not to be used in political speeches like that. And having those two Marines stand up there was not proper. That was not proper etiquette, not proper military etiquette, not proper constitutional etiquette. They were not supposed to be there because the military is not supposed to be a political tool. And that's what it was being used for. Good. She sold her soul to the devil. She did. She did. That poor girl, 34 years old, still singing like she's a teenager, right? Not married, no prospects, house full of cats. Nothing wrong with that because I've got cats too. We've got cats here. There's women who are not married. Listen, if you are single, go find yourself a man. There are good ones out there. Find yourself a man. Everybody needs somebody to get through life with. They certainly do. So, the conspiracy tonight. No, YouTube. No. I don't want to watch the Olympics on YouTube. I certainly do not. Are you kidding? Just a little side note, though. Speaking of the Olympics, we have an Olympian in our neighborhood. Well, the sister of an Olympian. We do. We have the sister of an Olympian in our neighborhood. So that's exciting, isn't it? That is exciting. That takes a lot of work to get to the Olympics. So here we go. Was this organic? Right? Was this an organic event? Right, Tina? I know. Was this pre-planned? Right? Was this a psyop? Right? To cause us to divert our attention. Like, shiny disco ball, that way. Don't look this way, look that way. I don't know what it was, but it was real. It was real. And by the grace of God and God alone, President Trump is alive. And regardless of how you feel about that man, we all need to thank our lucky stars, right? Because I can't even imagine. And here's something very interesting too, okay? After the assassination attempt, conservatives, what did we do? We put our hands together and we looked up and we prayed and we thanked the Lord, right? That sweet little baby Jesus, Lord, God, for saving President Trump, for keeping him safe, for intervening, right? That man has a destiny. And if you stop for 2 damn seconds and think about it, he has a destiny. He loves this country. He does. And I am voting for him in November. I will walk over broken glass. I will walk over hot coals. Listen, I would even wear Crocs if I had to vote for President Trump. Bye, Kelly. Thanks for coming in. We're getting ready to end. Well, Karen, I think God has been with Trump. I know you do, Julie. I know you do. You keep on loving him, friend. You go ahead. Keep on loving him. Oh, you know, there are people in this world. Yeah, right? Right, Happy? Right. He's not, you know. I know, honey, right? Right, Karen. Go back and listen to Trump in the 80s and the 90s. Go back and let me tell you something. For those of you that think, you know, oh my God, Trump was a registered Democrat for most of his life. He was. Go back and listen to him in the 80s and the 90s. Go back and listen to him when Oprah loved him. Go back and listen to that. Right? And J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is the vice presidential candidate. And let me tell you something. You want to see badass, wait till you get the hillbilly, get that hillbilly in the White House, okay? Because he's got 100% hillbilly genes, J.D. Vance does, okay? And you don't want to screw around with a hillbilly. You do not. You do not. That's Scotch-Irish. That's Scotch-Irish. Never changed. Okay? So you just think about that. Think about that. Think about that. I was thinking it was going to be General Flynn, but I think General Flynn is going to be, I think he's going to play a big role in our next administration or in the next administration. I'm saying our, like I'm already the etiquette madam or something like that. But anyway, so there we go, friends. I don't know how much of a conspiracy chat this was. I mean, this was the elephant in the room, wasn't it? It was either going to be this or something else. And I thought this might be a little more, you know, this might be a little more important. Oh, Fran, I read the book. I have not watched the movie. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. I do want to encourage you. Yes, honey, it's this November. This November. So between now and November, a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen. We're having the Republican National Convention now, currently this week, right? And then the Democratic Convention is coming up, I believe, soon, right? And, oh my gosh, did you see the guy at the RNC photo bomb or video bomb, the CNN reporter? Did you see it? Where he said, where is the Jeffrey Epstein black book or something? He opened his shirt and stood behind the the reporter, and they couldn't do anything about it. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. Can I tell you, I remember when I was a young girl watching, well, not watching, but yes, Karen, yes, somebody did that at the RNC. At the RNC, it was the CNN reporter, and he got behind her. He was a guy with a cowboy hat on. It was fabulous. I remember back in the day, especially Reagan, I remember seeing the RNC back in that day. And boy, let me tell you something, that looked like a party, didn't it? Of course, politics were a lot different back then than they are now, right? But it looked like a big party. Little subdued. This RNC looks a little, yeah, Karen, looks a little bit subdued this year. But I think because of what had just happened, you know, so yeah. We just need to keep the faith, friends, don't we? We certainly, certainly do. And just know that we can't be emotional. You know, we have to think of the children. We have to think of our children. We have to think of future generations, right? We want them to have a country that they can live in and love in, right? And be prosperous in. It's not for us. It's for the future, the generations that come after us. You know? That's why we need to do this. And if you want to be able to afford the Dollar Tree, right? You might have to put up with a couple of mean tweets. Get over yourself. You're not that special. Anyway, friends, I encourage you to check out the interview between Tucker Carlson and John Rich. It is fabulous. It will give you chills. It will stop your heart. Okay? Not in a bad way. I promise. That's it, friends. That's it for Conspiracy Theory Circle time. It certainly is. Oh, right. Right. Let me see if I can find Jolly Boy real quick. Because my sister came in late. Jolly Boy. Jolly Boy. Come here. Come here, Jolly Boy. There he is. Did you hear him? He was in the little crunchy tunnel. Aw, he's got sleepy face. Say goodbye to all your friends, Jolly. Say bye, friends. Say bye, friends. Say thanks for coming in. Say thanks for coming in. I think he's half asleep. Now, can I tell you all something? His eyes have stayed golden since yesterday. They haven't changed. So they're looking a little bit golden. He sees himself on the computer. I know, Tina, right? Look. Okay, okay. Can I let you down so we can say goodnight to everybody? He sees himself. Your friends love you, Jolly Boy. They certainly do. Oh, really happy? That's the one? Like that one? Oh, he just sighed. He sighed. Oh, now he's yawning. Oh my gosh, the cuteness, right? The cuteness. Thank you all so much for spending this time with me this evening. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, we're getting them too. I can hear it a little bit. Thank you, Shirley. Oh, friends, 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 friends. One day at a time and keep the faith, right? Right. Feel free to leave a comment down below. We always love to hear from you. And they're only words, friends. They're only words. Good night, Jules. Good night, Happy. Good night, Shirley. Good night, Fran. Good night, Jody. Good night, Kelly. Good night, Karen. Good night, David, Tina. So glad you were here. Jen, so glad you were here. All you freaks in the bushes, I see you right there. Good night to you too. I hope you enjoyed your time here. I certainly do. Are we ready, friends? I'm ready. I'm ready. I hope you are happy. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. Take your zinc every day. It is up to us, friends. It is. And I hope you are safe. I certainly, certainly do. Have a great rest of the week. We might be together on Friday. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see you at the sink. I'll see you at the sink, honey. I certainly will. Good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves.